Alex and Max started in the exact same place. Same city, same school, nearly same salary, similar rent. But 10 years later, Alex had savings, investments, and peace of mind, while Max was still living paycheck to paycheck, wondering why his money disappeared before the month ended. The crazy part? It wasn't one big mistake, it was the little habits, the boring, unsexy ones, that quietly made Alex financially free and kept Max stuck. Welcome to Pocket Prime, where we break down personal finance, budgeting, debt payoff, investing, and how to finally stop living paycheck to paycheck. If you're into taking control of your money, instead of letting your money control you, hit the like button and subscribe. So let's get started. A lot of Americans look fine on paper. Job, car, maybe a cute kitchen backsplash, and still feel like one surprise expense would send them into a full Victorian fainting couch moment. And it's not just vibes. The Federal Reserve's reports on household finances have shown, year after year, that a big chunk of adults would have trouble covering an unexpected expense without borrowing, using a credit card, or selling something. Also, the New York Fed's household debt reports regularly remind us: credit card balances, auto loans, student loans. America is out here juggling like a circus performer with anxiety. So today, we're not doing get rich quick. We're doing get stable slowly, which is not a sexy slogan, but it pays your bills without stress. If you've ever wondered why some people with normal incomes build wealth, and some people with big incomes are still broke-ish, it's because money isn't only math. It's a habit, it's friction, it's an impulse. It's the fact that your phone is basically a casino that also sells throw pillows. So I'm giving you 9 unsexy habits that reduce the oops spending and increase the oh wow I'm actually saving money. Habit number 1. Wait 48 hours before you buy anything non-essential. Because impulse spending is not a moral failure, it's a business model. There are consumer surveys that estimate Americans spend thousands per year on impulse buys. And I believe that, because I once opened a shopping app to buy toothpaste and left with a seasonal candle, a throw blanket, and emotional support almonds. In the wild, the American shopper can be identified by the phrase, "It was only $19.99. Here's what's going on in your brain. Instant gratification. Buying something now feels real. Having more money later feels like a fantasy novel. Online shopping is engineered for this. Only 3 left. One-click checkout. Personalized ads that somehow know you had a bad day and now want a $72 water bottle. So here's the rule. If it's not essential, you say, "I can afford it, I'm allowed to buy it, I'm just not buying it today." Add it to your cart, walk away, set a reminder. Most of the time, you come back 48 hours later and go, "Why did I want this? Was I possessed?" And in a minute, I'll show you the exact question I ask myself that makes 80% of my wants die instantly. It's savage. Habit number 2. No more single-purpose items. Because nothing says I'm financially thriving like a $300 appliance that does one thing and then becomes a cabinet fossil. People call this gadget regret, and it's real. You buy the thing, you use it twice, then it sits there staring at you like, "So, are we doing this or not?" The ice cream machine you used once and then realized ice cream already exists at the store. The pasta maker that turned your kitchen into a gluten crime scene. The trendy gadget that saves time, except now you have to clean it with a toothbrush. Before you buy, ask yourself, how many different ways will I use this, realistically? If the answer is 1, pause. This goes for clothes too. If an item only works with one specific outfit, it's not fashion, it's a hostage situation. Habit number 3. Reduce friction in how you manage money. Because willpower is cute, automation is undefeated. If you rely on motivation to save, you're basically saying, "I will outwork the entire advertising industry with vibes." No, we're going to set up your money to behave while you're busy living your life. Here's the set it and forget it setup. Split direct deposit, some to checking, some to high-yield savings. Auto transfer on payday, even $25 to $100. Auto invest into your 401k and/or Roth IRA. Auto pay essentials to avoid late fees. Late fees are just being punished for being human. Organization isn't about being type A. It's about not paying $35 because you forgot a due date while you were working to get money. Also, habit number 4 is where most people think they're organizing, but they're actually just buying more stuff. And I have a story about a storage bin that cost me my dignity. Habit number 4. Stop buying storage before you declutter. Because there's an entire industry that wants you to believe the problem is, I don't have enough baskets. No, my friend, the problem is, I have 14 cables, and none of them fit anything I own. Storage solutions are like putting your spending on a credit card. You don't see the problem, but it's still there, accruing emotional interest. Before you buy a bin, ask, what am I putting in this? Is this organizing or hiding? Have I used this in the last 12 months? If not, sell it, donate it, recycle it responsibly. Because buying a $40 set of matching baskets to store $300 worth of stuff you don't use is not a solution. That's just aesthetic procrastination. Habit number 5. Use things for their full lifespan. Don't you think we are living in an upgrade culture? Everything is new and improved, and suddenly your perfectly fine phone is basically ancient because the camera doesn't have cinematic bokeh hamster mode. And yet, studies on consumer behavior show a lot of people skip repairs and go straight to replacing, sometimes even when the product still works. America loves a fresh start. New year, new phone, new you, new debt. Replace it when it cannot do its job. Repair costs more than the value you'd get. Keeping it costs you money, as there are constant breakdowns. However, if it's work equipment and it's slowing you down enough to reduce your income, upgrading can be smart. A laptop that turns every Zoom call into a slideshow is not frugal. It's self-sabotage. Habit number 6. Buy in bulk strategically. This is not about hoarding. This is about math. If you know you'll use it, like toothpaste, soap, laundry detergent, pantry basics with a long shelf life, buying extras when they're on sale can lower your annual spend. There is nothing sexy about a closet full of conditioner, but your future self will feel rich when you don't have to pay full price in a random emergency shampoo crisis. If you have to buy a shelf to store your savings you didn't save, you just built a shrine to Costco. Habit number 7. Be careful with outsourcing. Yes, your time is valuable, but there is a line where outsourcing stops being smart and becomes, I am now paying people for everything except breathing. If you outsource every non-work task, you start treating life like a timesheet. Cooking feels like a waste. Fixing something feels like a waste. Rest feels like a waste. And suddenly your free time is just more work because you're trying to justify the outsourcing. If your dream is freedom, but your reality is, I paid for meal delivery, laundry pickup, home cleaning, dog walking, and a personal assistant. Congratulations, you are now the CEO of being expensive. Keep a few things you can do. Basic cooking, simple repairs, learning to mend clothes, DIY projects you actually enjoy. Not because you must do everything yourself, because skills save money, and doing some tasks can be genuinely satisfying. Habit number 8. Boring skincare routine. Let's be honest, some self-care is just shopping in a robe. The beauty industry is a masterclass in making you feel like the solution to all your problems is one more product with a name like Overnight Resurfacing Miracle Water. Here's what works. Introduce one new product at a time. Use it long enough to see results. Don't buy another until you finish what you have. If it's not working, pass it on or toss it. Don't keep a museum of maybes. Your bathroom cabinet should not look like a Sephora had a yard sale. Habit number 9. Create more, consume less. It's the habit that changes everything. This is the one nobody wants, because it's not a hack. It's a lifestyle shift. Here's the pattern. You're bored, stressed, tired, so you scroll. Then you see someone unbox a life you don't have yet. And your brain goes, I could be happy if I just bought that thing. This lines up with classic psychology around social comparison. We measure ourselves against others. Social media is basically an endless comparison buffet, except the food is insecurity and the dessert is financing options. And marketers know it. They don't sell products, They sell identities. This is the water bottle of someone who has their life together. This is the couch of someone who doesn't have credit card debt. This is the skincare routine of someone whose ex regrets everything. After you scroll, ask, did this help me? Did I learn anything? Do I feel better or worse? If it's worse, switch modes. Write for 5 minutes. Meal prep while listening to something you actually like. Walk, lift, stretch. Plan something fun that costs little. Work on a skill that saves money like cooking, basic repairs, DIY. When you create, you spend less because you're not being marketed to every second. You feel better because your time is building your life, not renting someone else's. And here's why these habits matter right now. We've all felt the squeeze. Prices, housing, insurance, groceries. You can read CPI headlines and feel your soul leave your body in real time. Meanwhile, the New York Fed keeps reporting on household debt levels, and credit cards are out here doing the most. So no, this isn't about becoming a monk. It's about building a buffer. Because the goal is not to look rich. The goal is to be the person who can handle a car repair, a medical bill, a job change, a slow month, without it turning into a financial crisis sequel. Here's your challenge. Do not try to do all 9 today. That's how people quit by Wednesday. Pick one for the next 7 days. If you overspend online, 48-hour rule. If you never save, start with automating $100. If your home is chaotic, declutter 1 drawer. If social media makes you shop, create mode swap after scrolling. Comment, I'm starting with hash, and tell me which one. Not because I'm nosy, because when you say it out loud, you're more likely to do it. And also the comments become a support group that's way cheaper than financial therapy.